friends, now we are going to see about the chapter of biodiversity. Before going into the chapter of biodiversity, we have to know about exactly what are species. So biologists classify the organisms into species. So the biological species are able to breed with each other to produce the offsprings. Then only we have to call them as species. So coming to the biological species concept, most biologists says species are the same species if they can have children. For example, so this two pandas will comes under the same species because they can produce the children. So inherited trait. Parents pass on inherited trait to their offsprings. Thus the parent and offsprings of the same species tend to resemble each other. Traits are nothing but the characters, and characters is being transformed in a form of genes. For example, the baby panda will looks like the same like a panda, father panda or mother panda, right? Next, species. All species have a scientific name. There are two parts with the scientific name: genus name and species name. For example, Homo sapiens. Homo is the genus, sapiens is the species. Always the capitalize the first letter of the genus name, that is the rule. So species names are all lowercase, underline or italicized scientific names. So always the to know the scientific names we have to underline or italize. Next, some species have the common names. Homo sapiens, which means humans in common. For example, Pinus contorta. So, ladpole pine. So, Canis lupus, wolf, right? So, because using the common names can be confusing, biologists will use the scientific names. Telling the difference between the species. Some differences are simple. Different species look different, right? So coming to the some differences are difficult. For example, these two birds looks the same, but they are actually comes from different species. These ants will look different, but they are actually from the same species, right? So how many species are there? It's a good question. We don't know the exact answer because the scientists are discovering the new species all of the time. Scientists have already discovered and described about over 1.5 million species. Estimate that there are probably from 5 million to 30 million species living on the earth. When there are a lot of things to keep track on them, we like to classify them into groups for our easy understanding. So classifying. So there are lots of cities in the world. So we will classify the cities based on their surface area, based on the people, etc. Coming to the a planet contains many continents. A continent contains many countries. A country contains many states. A state contains many counties. A county contains many cities. So likewise, each and everything we have been classified for our easy understanding basis. So all the cities on earth, so for example, cities in North America, cities in United States, cities in Texas. So likewise, planet, continent, country, state, state, country and city. Coming to the classifying of species, which is very similar to the previous example, there are different ways to classify the organisms. For example, what they eat, how they move, how they are related. How could we classify? Lions, shark, hawks, manatees, cows, fruit bats, etc. So all these are classifications. Coming to classify by what animals they eat. Carnivores eats meat. Lion, shark, hawks will eat the meat. Herbivores, which eats the plants. Cows, manatees, fruit bats. Coming to classify how they move. Walk or run. Lions and cows. Fly. Hawks and fruit bats. Swim. Manatees and sharks. Classify by how they are related. Fishes, they are the sharks. Birds, hawks. Mammals, lions, cows, manatees and fruit bats. Based on the type, they have been categorized into their different types. Coming to phylogenetic classification. Biologists like to classify the species in a way that help us to understand how they are related. So that like evolutionary classification, that another than we call it as phylogenetic classification. Coming to the classification of species. So kingdom has been divided into many phyla. Phyla contains many classes. A class contains many orders. An order contains many families. A family contains many genera. A genus contains many species. Likewise, many species contain many subspecies. Coming to doing it right. Use phylum when you are talking about one phylum. So phylum means singular. Phyla means plural. Likewise, genus means singular. Genera means plural. We have to know these terms are very important. Next, classification of species. We have already seen kingdom is divided into many phylum. Many phylums, many phylums, each phylum is divided into many classes. Each class is divided into many orders. So each order is divided into many families. Each family is being divided into many genus. Each genus is being divided into many species. So classification of cat. For example, Phaleus catus is the scientific name for the cat. It comes under the kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata means they have a spine, class Mammalia, they are the mammals, order Carnivora, they eat the meat, family Felidae. So this family includes the house cats, tigers, lions, jaguar, leopard, cheetah and lynx. So genus Felis and species Catus. Why should we care about the biodiversity on the earth? Because species play an important role in the food webs. So the food chain is very important. For example, if the food chains are being altered, it will damage the ecosystem also. So all the species are the source of food for other species. All species compete with the other species of food. Many species use other species for food. So species are connected in the food web. So agriculture. Why do we need lot of species? We look like to grow a lot of different kinds of plants and animals to eat. Some are better at growing in different places. Some different species taste better also, right? Medicine. Our medicine was discovered using chemicals found in plants, animals and small organisms. For example, bacteria. We need lots of different kinds to be able to discover different medicines to help the people. So why do we need lot of species again? So for the materials, rubber comes from trees found in the rainforest, wood, dyes, fiber. For these things also we need many species. Why do we need lot of species? For recreation purpose also, for camping, hiking, hunting, fishing, scuba diving and snorkeling, photography. So these are extracurricular. And next, biodiversity is so beautiful. Certain living organisms will look so splendid and they looks very colorful. They add colors to the earth. So risks to biodiversity are species are at risk of extinction because lot of hunting, fishing, all these things, deforestation, all these things will lead to extinction of the species. Causes are habitat loss, introduced species, fishing and hunting. So many species are in danger at present situation. So thank you very much. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel.